Also, their other running back, Bowersock, number 9, Tony Bowersock. He's a 6'1", 165 senior. Their quarterback, a sophomore, number 2, Brian Oliver, 5'8", 145 pounds. Frontier is a ground team, over 200 yards rushing a game, such as Monroe Central, with Monroe Central averaging 255 yards rushing a game. So both teams, very high-powered offense, and so the defense, whichever defense can step up and stop the other team, will be at an advantage. All right, we're just about ready to go. Frontier teeing it up and try to catch the number here. Can't tell the number for sure. We'll try to catch that number deep for the Seminoles. Number 20, Dustin Robinson, flanked by Will Weddle and Eric Kramer. Somewhere tonight, a streak has to stop, so we'll see what develops. The kickoff is high, short. Robinson will take the kick. He'll try to get outside to the left. Picks up a couple blocks. Has some running room, and he'll be brought down out across the 40-yard line. There'll be some hesitation here tonight to try to pick up the yard markers. You know, the crowd over on the far side, they're kind of covering up some of the markers. So it'll be a little difficult maybe to pick up the yardage. But we'll do the best we can. So, Greg, pretty good field position.
Yeah, they had a nice return on that. Dustin cut out to the left-hand side, got behind his wall like you're supposed to do. Made some nice cuts behind blockers and good field position.
That'll be the 44-yard line where the Seminoles will take over 1st and 10. Joe Kress behind center, Ben Klein. And we will get a reverse. Shoemaker coming around. He looks to throw. Now he'll tuck it under. And what looked like, maybe a problem on the play there with Luke not being able to find a receiver will result in about a 3-yard pickup.
Yeah, the old reverse pass. We ran that when I played. Pitch to Dustin going around the left side and hand back to Luke coming around looking for Dustin Hughes down the middle of the field. He may have been open a little bit, but I think the ball would have had to been right on target to complete it.
I think we talked a couple weeks ago about some of the trick plays and the different plays that we've not seen because of scores of games, and that was one I don't believe we have seen. But, kind of show some things here and try to catch the Cougars off guard. On 2nd down, Robinson breaks through, and he's running room. He's got lots of running room. It's a sprint to the corner of the end zone. Dustin Robinson. Touchdown. 52 yards, Dustin Robinson on the second play of scrimmage.
They worked on that last week. Yeah, like we talked, giving the ball a little deeper in the backfield to Dustin, let him pick in his own hole. Obviously made a nice choice down the sidelines with some nice speed.
And as we've talked many times, when you go into a game as the favorite and the other team fired up trying to pull the upset, how important it is to have good things happen in the first quarter. Joe Kress to kick the extra point. It's down. It looked like it may have been a little wide, and the ball hooks to the left. The kick is no good, and Joe's done a fine job on the extra points. Has 24 successful kicks this year, but this time no good. But with 10 minutes and 36 seconds remaining in the first period, it's Monroe Central 6, Frontier nothing. We'll be right back with the kickoff.
Before winter stops you in your tracks, stop by Monroe Tire Center for alt sales. The same top quality tires and dependable service you've grown to expect. They just added computerized front end and four-wheel alignment service, specializing in front end work including shocks, struts, and brake service. They carry a fine line of Hercules and Summit brand tires and can provide for all your tire needs, new, used, or retreads. They also carry car and truck batteries, as well as custom wheels. For honest, dependable service, call Monroe Tire Center at 472-5188.
We're back with the kickoff. Once again, quick strike Monroe Central offense, such as last week with some scores. Makes it kind of nice, Greg, to be able to get on the board real quick.
Tell you what, those things can happen. In the last 2 weeks, it's really happened often, hasn't it?
Okay, Kress to kick. On the ground, kind of a squib. It's going to be picked up there by one of the up-backs. He steps away from one tackler, but he's going to be brought down. First contact by number 33, Eric Kramer. Hamilton and Weddle also on the play. 33, Eric Kramer on the So 1st and 10 Frontier. The ball at about the 32-yard line. So not too bad as far as the coverage. Anytime you're in that 30-yard range as far as the first offensive play, you have done a nice job on coverage. Number 2, Brian Oliver is the Frontier quarterback. He'll give a straight dive to Bowerstock, number 9, Tony Bowerstock. Shoemaker on the tackle.
He did a good job of reading that play, obviously. It was a quick dive, look between guard tackle gap, read it perfect, just a straight handoff, stuck his nose in there and made a play.
And we talked about Amos with his 880 yards, but the stats tell us that Bowerstock has about 330 yards this year. So, you know, a good complimentary back. 2nd and 8. The quick pass out here to number 90. That's leading receiver, Robinson on the tackle.
Good play by Dustin on that. Kind of hard to stop that play from any positive yardage. Let him catch the ball, come up, made a nice overfield tackle for about a what?
That's right.
1.5, 2 yard gain.
If you make that tackle and hold it to a 2-yard gain, that's a good job. You know, Lowry is the leading receiver for Frontier this year. So 3rd down, about 6. Oliver on a play fake, tries to get outside. He's under some pressure. He's going to dump it off, incomplete. Must have he did have a receiver there, Bowerstock. Had 3 people on him in a hurry. That would be Kramer, Young, and Hamilton. The pass goes incomplete. So Frontier 3 plays and out on their first possession and a punting situation.
Looked like they had a screen set up, possibly. They had a receiver run deep to down the right side of the field and had a bunch of linemen piled up with the back behind him.
The quarterback, Oliver, really never had a chance to pick out where the receiver was, and the result was an incomplete pass. Number 9, Bowerstock, back to punt. Gets a little bit of pressure, but gets it off easily. And the ball will go out of bounds. And we'll see where the official will mark it. And it's about the 38-yard line, where the Seminoles will take over on their second possession, already leading 6-0. I've kind of rattled off a few stats here today that I not usually have. Thank my research assistant during second period study hall today, Chad Yoho, for coming up with some of the stats out of the Marietta paper there. Put Chad to work, and he came up with some numbers for me today. So the ball on about the 38-yard line. The backs in an eye and a slot formation to the left. And first back, Shoemaker. And he'll pick up about 3 yards.
That's that dive play again. Straight handoff right up the middle, maybe a guard pulling, trying to trap a tackle or inside linebacker.
Jeremy Edgar is the person for Frontier who is their top tackler. His number is 56. He's one of the linebackers inside. So same formation, slot to the left on 2nd and about 6. And we try to get the option, and the pitch a little bit errant, and Robinson has to fall on the pitch, and the result will be a loss. I think it was number 71 for Frontier that broke through. That's their senior, Bobby Kroll, and a nice job forcing Crest to pitch the ball and mishandled, and the result it will be a loss of about 3 yards.
And Joe's made some nice decisions this year on that option. I think he waited just a second too long on that. Dustin was too far out away from him to get a clean pitch.
We see tonight Jeremy Brewer and Chris Demmerling running the plays at the guard position. Brewer now in on his 3rd and 9. Crest back to throw, and he's going deep. He has Hughes, and it's caught. A fine juggling catch by Dustin Hughes.
I'll tell you what, Jeff, I can't understand that sometimes. As wide open as he was, and it was a nice catch, but it really didn't seem like it'd been that hard. He should have hauled that in a little easier. But
Dustin may have been thinking about catching the ball and how far he had to get to the end zone,
It was a heck of a catch.
And maybe was lucky then he did make the catch, but kept his concentration on the ball, made the reception. That's about a 33-yard reception, so a big third down play.
That was that out and up move we talked about last week. They kept trying to complete. And
Frontier has been a little bit susceptible this year to the pass, giving up over 120 yards on defense against the pass. So we'll see how long it is before the Seminoles come back to that. Crest gives the ball to Shoemaker. Huge hole, right side, down to the corner of the end zone. He's going to be pulled out of bounds about the 6 or 7 yard line. And it's going to be another first down.
Seem to be moving the ball. Line's firing off real well. That play there, they pulled the backside guard and tackle. You know, and who wouldn't want to be a back with 2 big linemen in front of you leading the way?
That's been a good play the last several years. I think the first time that play was run a few years ago when Mike Linehauser was the fullback, and was a very good play for Mike, and has been in the time since. It's been a good play for Luke also. First down and goal for the Seminoles now, the ball on about the 6 yard line. Wishbone formation. And Robinson's the ball carrier inside the 5. He'll get a couple to about the 4. We just talked when we came back from after the last touchdown about the quick strike offense. Now this qualifies as a drive now. If we can get into the end zone, it'll be about a 60-yard drive. So it's nice to be able to see a team score both, you know, with the quick play and also with a nice long drive. Of course, maybe I shouldn't say that. We're not in the end zone as of yet.
Yeah.
Second down for about the 4. Crest taking his time looking over the defense. Wishbone formation. And he wants to pass and does not have anything and will be sacked. Number 66, Shane Mosser was in on the play. He one of 2 freshmen to play on the offensive and defensive lines for Frontier.
I think he was looking at that slant pass to Hughes over on the left side again. Couldn't really see Hughes over there. Couldn't really tell if he was open enough from this angle, but obviously wasn't. Joe pulled back.
Joe really didn't look like he had an opportunity to get the ball off, and the result's going to be a couple of yards lost. Be third down and 7. Still third and goal from the 7. Backs in the eye. Slot formation. Crest dropping back to throw. Setting up a little screen pass over to Shoemaker, and he drops the pass. Incomplete.
Hey, he's done that the last couple of weeks. Last week I think he dropped a little pass out in the flats.
And what would have happened if he had been able to hold on to the ball, we don't know. There were a couple Frontier defenders there, but
he also had a couple blockers out in front,
blockers there. Luke was on about the 5, and you know I'd like to take my chances. So on 4th and 7, we're going to get a field goal attempt.
That's something rare this year, isn't it?
We had a couple of field goals this year. Crest will kick it, will put it down at the 14, 24 yards. And
once
again, the ball has hooked to the left, and just as the extra point did, Joe hooked it to the left. The kick is no good, and so a long drive and a scoring opportunity go for naught. And Frontier's defense has held, and they'll take over on the 20-yard line.
That kick here, he pulled the extra point like that too. And I kicked in high school. It wasn't a soccer-style kicker, and it's a little more complicated.
Becomes a lot of confidence there, and just I'm sure Joe thinking about the first kick. And I know last night at practice, I watched Joe kicking a little bit. He is really hitting the ball pretty well with a pretty good wind blowing. So hopefully that'll not come back to haunt. Frontier takes over now, and it's up to the Seminole defense now to make another stop. And there's a hole off the right side by Amos, and he's going to be across the 35, go back to the 36-yard line. I believe his first carry of the evening, and that'll be good for about 16, 17 yards.
There's what that missed field goal do for you. Pumped him up a little bit. That first play, offensive line comes out, fires out, had some blockers downfield, and nice gain.
You have to be careful that the momentum doesn't swing now after a defensive stop by Frontier, that they're now able to put something together offensively. So it's 1st and 10 now, about the 37-yard line. And they'll pitch the ball to Amos, the right side, and not much going there. Looked like number 22, Hamilton, had him from behind and pulls him down as the ball carrier reaches about the 40-yard line. They'll put him about the 39.
I'll tell you, he made a nice play on that, come up from a nose guard position to catch him out around the end from the backside. So he must be getting off the ball well and making a clean shot.
I'd say Eric made good penetration and was able to make the play from behind. And Eric's a lot quicker than a lot of people realize as for a defensive lineman. Second down, 8. Oliver back. He'll come with his quick out again here to number 90. And in a hurry, Hughes and Kramer up to make the play. That's Lockery.
If you were paying attention there, did you see how many guys are flowing towards the ball this way from the Seminole defense? I bet you at least 8 out of 11 were headed this way.
Pursuit. That way, if the initial man doesn't get the play, then somebody else is going to be there. But a real fine job by Hughes and Kramer coming up, and once again, stopping that quick out for about a yard or two to pick up.
You know, let them catch the ball. You know, don't go for the ball and chance a long game.
So once again, third down situation for Frontier. They're coming to pitch the short side of the field to Amos. He'll cut it up along the sideline, and he'll step away from the tackler, and this time he'll get the first down. So just as on the play before, we had a good job of tackling. There it looked like maybe a poor job of tackling. Amos just accelerated upfield. He'll pick up about, I'll call it about 10 yards out near midfield. So first down for the Cougars out about the 49-yard line. They'll give it on the dive to Bowersock. Couple yards. Looks like Weddle and on the tackle.
That's a good play to keep the defense honest anyway. You know, bust a few up inside and run that little sweep play. And all it is more or less a real short pitch or a handoff, leading two backs and probably another lineman out around the end blocking for Amos.
Cougars out once again. They'll send a flanker here to the left side. Strong formation to the right side in the backfield. He'll look for the slant, not be there. He'll tuck it under a run, and he'll be very near. That's the quarterback, Oliver. Little pump fake, and unable to find his receiver. Up in there and makes the tackle, and looks like another first down. And a timeout's going to be called by Monroe Central. Let's take a short timeout as Coach Sikorsky is out to have a word with the defense. 2:06 remaining in the quarter. 6-0 Monroe Central. We'll be right back.
Drugs is your locally owned full-service discount price drugstore. Call 472-8417 for 24-hour emergency service. We'll be here for you. Delivery and mail-out services are available. We stock wheelchairs, hospital beds, canes, crutches, and other accessories. Retirees ask Joe or Tom about our hassle-free Aetna prescription service. As a leader chain store, we bring you bargain prices on an assortment of products every month. Don't forget to bring us your photo finishing with 24-hour service. Railroad Drugs, people you know and people you can trust with your health.
Okay, we're back. The officials placed the ball just short of the first down, third and about a yard for Frontier at the Monroe Central 42-yard line. After the timeout, short yardage situation, they'll send Amos through on a dive, and he has yardage for a first down, but a flag has been thrown.
Well, that would really be crucial if they got a holding penalty, which is the vicinity of the flag.
And it is, in fact, a holding penalty against Frontier.
That hurts.
That'll cancel out the first down run by Amos and result in a 10-yard penalty. And that's a big break for the Seminole defense.
You know, down that situation, you got 3rd and 1, you got a decent fullback. You wonder why it would be any reason to hold, and that was on this side of the line, the left side of the line. The ball went to the right side of the line.
Exactly. You know that person not even involved in the key block of the play. But the 10 yards from the point of the foul will back the ball up to the midfield. 3rd down repeated, and now 9 yards to go for Frontier. That changes the play call. Oliver drops the throw, and he'll complete it over the sideline. That's 90 once again. Lockery, the leading receiver for Frontier, and it's going to be about a 17-yard pickup. Ball's inside the 35 at the 33-yard line and a Frontier first down.
They may have saw some films. Like we talked last week, I said nobody's going to get behind Eric Kramer. But somebody's going to catch the ball in front of him. And maybe they saw that and run a little out pattern inside.
Situation right there where the receiver Lockery had a lot of room over there and made his reception and had the first down easily. Oliver gives the ball to Amos, and not much on the right side. Jeremy Kramer, number 78, all over him after about a 2-yard pickup. And as you mentioned earlier, with Amos trying to bounce the play to the outside, the defensive ends, in this case Kramer and Wilson on the right side, very key people to not allow him to get outside.
And he has bounced everyone outside so far, hasn't he? We'll see what happens through the course of the game. If they make some kind of adjustment, bring the defensive ends hard upfield to stop that flow, make him cut back up inside.
Okay, Frontier, no problem getting a play in. They'll go with the timeout. Minute and 4 seconds remaining in the first period. Both teams have used a timeout. So while the coaches talk there, while Coach Morris talks with his offense, Coach Singleton out to talk with the defense. We'll just keep it right here. And now in the situation, the ball down about the 30-yard line is when somebody defensively really needs to step up and be the man and make that big play to stop a drive.
Well, this is definitely 4-down territory in any high school game as far as I'm concerned. You get within inside, like you said, the 30-yard line. You know, not very many teams have a field goal kicker going to kick it that far. And your punt's not going to do you any good. So why not go for it and pin a team down maybe on their, 25, 20-yard lines to go from there.
If you saw Coach Acosta on the Coach's Corner show on Thursday evening, he talked about how Frontier had scored a lot of points, and the 3 games that they have lost have come to teams with a combined record of 23-1. So Frontier is a legitimate team. They have a 4-game winning streak and a factor, and they've showed that thus far this evening. Oliver wants to throw. Pop pass over the middle, intercepted. Will Weddle.
He could go, too.
He's got running room.
He's got a blocker out front.
Young out there with him. And
he's going to score.
Gone. Touchdown. So I guess Will Weddle decided to become the man and step up and make the big defensive play.
Boy, did you make that call, didn't you?
What a play by Will Weddle. And
wait till I talk to Will after the game.
I think that's Will's first interception of the season. And what a big one that is he intercepted the ball down around the 25-yard line. He's somewhere near a 70-yard return. There was just 50 seconds remaining in the first period, and what was beginning to look a little shaky with Frontier ready to tie the score turns into a defensive touchdown.
Going for 2 this time.
Signals to go for 2 after the miss over there. Kress backs in the eye, looking down the option. They'll pitch to Robinson. He'll go to the corner, and he'll be in. I believe he's in, but there is a flag. We do have a flag.
However, there's a penalty flag on the flag.
I got a pretty good hand, but like we said last week, I'm not making any calls.
Right. After 9 weeks, some of us have learned our lesson. It is a clipping penalty called on the Seminoles.
I saw that one. That was Dustin Hughes split out to the right side. Number 2 from Frontier, Brian Oliver, tried to get away from him, spun inside, and Dustin kind of gave him a shove in the back.
Okay, that changes things quite a bit here. I'll take the ball back to the 18-yard line, and now it becomes quite a lengthy play where it's an 18 yards to gain here. Seminoles will once again line up and go for 2. Send 2 receivers out to the left side, Hughes and Eric Kramer. Kress once again taking his time looking over the defense. Kramer comes this way in motion. Kress the throw. He's going to turn it up and throw toward the end zone and knocked down. And I'm not sure if it was intercepted or not. It really doesn't matter. The result is no good. So 50 seconds remaining in the first period, though a failed extra point does not offset the importance of that Will Weddle interception return. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back for the last 50 seconds of the quarter and the kickoff.
Enjoy good health and extra energy by joining the Swiss Ohio Racket Club. Under new management, they offer aerobic classes, basketball, and racquetball. Volleyball leagues are forming and will start the week of October 24th. 2-on-2 basketball leagues are starting soon, and kids aerobics begin November 7th. Babysitting also available. Stay in shape all winter by using the weightlifting equipment. Make your sunbed appointments now. New bulbs for a better tan. And team dances are back. Stop by or call today for new schedules. Swiss Ohio Racket Club.
Okay, we're back. 12-0, Monroe Central.
Back deep for the Cougars, number 9, Tony Bowersock.
And Crest to prepare to kick off.
Number 24, Matt Childers.
And Bowersock and number 24, Mac Childers deep for Frontier. And Crest's kick is high, not real deep. Childers will back up and let it hit. And now try to make the play. And not much going as he tries to get up there. I know number 74, Denny Knowlton was there. I see Kramer and Brewer and a couple other people there. Hamilton once again. Hamilton, one of the first guys to make the play. And I've always thought that the first rule of a return man punt or kickoff is to catch the ball in the air. And the return man there backed up a couple steps to let the ball hit.
That's just what I was going to say. I can't believe he let that ball hit like that. Was anybody around him?
Had a chance to kind of catch the ball with his momentum going forward and get going, but he did not. So the play was made about the 30-yard line, so that's where Frontier will take over once again. First down. Amos on the pitch, and he's hit and brought down.
Number 76, Chad Yoho, and number 34, Will Weddle.
Looks like Kramer, number 78, the defensive end on that side, making the play, and that will be the final play of the first period as the clock now runs down inside 5 seconds. And when we start the second quarter, Frontier will be in possession. Second down at their own 32-yard line. We've played one. Monroe Central 12, Frontier nothing. We'll be right back with the second period.
Janet, Kelly, and Lisa, JKL Substation invite you to try subs, salads, sundaes, and shakes in an old-fashioned ice cream parlor atmosphere. Enjoy Hershey's hand-packed ice cream. Save time. Phone ahead at 472-5224 to have your lunch ready when you need it. The same great subs and soups plus additional seating, lower prices, and extended hours. 8:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. through the fall. For lunch, supper, or after the game, come to JKL Substation. Meet your friends, have great food, and a good time. Maybe you already knew that Woodsfield Ashland has 100% pure gasoline along with kerosene and diesel fuel, and about their drive-thru where you can pick up your favorite snacks, slushes, legal beverages, or pop. You probably know about Kirk's ice cream, available in 16 flavors. It's guaranteed to bring a smile to your face. But did you know that Woodsfield Ashland sells great pizza? Just call ahead at 472-1745 to order your pizza for before or after the game. And don't forget their drive-thru service open Monday through Saturday 6 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. and Sunday 8 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Second down and 8 for the Cougars.
Okay, we're ready to be underway here. Second period. Frontier in possession all over the quarterback. And he'll hand the ball to Bowersock coming out right at us. And not much going there.
Number 75, Jeremy Baker.
Looks like Baker and Hamilton along with Shoemaker right there on the play. And it's nice to see Jeremy Baker back in there this week after missing last week's game with a little bit of a back and hip problem, an injury he suffered down at Shenandoah. So he's back in his familiar defensive tackle spot, and that's good to see. Third down, long, about 6 yards. You know, with you have speed in the backfield with an Amos, that 3rd and 6 does not mean an automatic passing situation.
Not at all.
So on the hash to the right side, and they'll pitch it back into the short side. And once again, Eric Hamilton, number 22, makes the play from behind and from that nose guard position. And you know, I tell you, a nose guard making that play, as we mentioned before, that's impressive.
Well, I'm going to have to watch here next time. I got a pretty good idea that they're pulling a guard, and what Eric's doing is he might be reading just a split second and watch which guard pulls and taking off that way and following the play.
They
like
tell
a
you,
linebacker.
They tell you the guard will take you to the ball. So
yes, they will.
Once again, Bowersock punt formation for Frontier. Weddle and Robinson deep. And the kick is a fine kick. And it's going back. It's going to send Robinson way back to about the 30-yard line. And they'll fake the exchange. And he's going to try to get to the other side. And there's running room. He's going to pick up a block and tries to cut back in off the Shoemaker block, but unable to do that. And there is a penalty flag on the play in the middle of the field. It was thrown very early. And usually when that flag goes flying on a kick return, the result is in fact clipping Monroe Central.
I'm pretty sure I saw that one. That was an if call. I tell you what, he was definitely behind him. Looked like he went to throw the block. Pulled up the last second, but still ran. I guess that's still considered a clip, though.
It seems like you see that type of thing happen on kind of a broken play where the back will change directions and kind of go the other direction, and people try to get in position to make the block, that they end up sending the flag to go. Because that was not, the return was set up to the left side, and Dustin tried to break it back to the right and had some running room. But nevertheless, Monroe Central takes over 1st and 10. The ball will be back on their own 21-yard line. A little difficult to see here. We got the kind of bad angle. The cross under center. He'll give the ball to Shoemaker, and not much going for Luke. He'll be brought down by looks like number 80. 66 Mosser. And 56 Edgar on the play. Luke will get a couple of yards. 2nd and 8. A couple of very good linebackers for Frontier, and they're around the plays quite a bit here in Bowersock and Edgar boy. So wing formation to the right. And Kress wants to throw. He's going to go long once again, and it's going to be just overthrown. Hughes kind of tangled up just a little bit there with the defensive back. And they'll bring up a 3rd down and about 8.
He did get tied up there. I think he was begging for an interference call, but the boy turned and ran with him. Just incidental contact, I guess that's called.
You'll never get the flag on that. And Dustin kind of sat there and looked up at the official like to say, hey, how about it? And the official said no. So Keith Lazier replaces Hughes now on this 3rd and 8 situation. Lazier will be split out here to the left side. And give to Robinson. Right side and hit near the 30-yard line. He'll fall forward out of bounds about the 31. Very close to the 1st down. And from here it looks like good enough for the 1st down, and the official comes up and signals 1st down.
Well, he just did by the stick that time and knew where he needed to go.
Looked like the first contact was probably made a yard or so behind that first down marker. And once again, the back keeps the legs going and the momentum going forward, and Dustin able to force his way across the 30-yard line and pick up the 1st down.
Strange call on 3rd down, though, giving it deep in the backfield like that.
So Kress once again out. Hughes back in the game here. We split. And he'll give the ball to Shoemaker, coming right at us. He's across midfield and going to be forced out of bounds at about the 47-yard line in Frontier territory.
I don't know about you, but I was kind of fooled on that play.
This post right in front of me here caused me a little bit of a problem.
I think it was that first back through where they faked to Dustin deep in the backfield.
I wasn't going to say that. So the result for Luke is a nice gain of about 20 yards and 1st down. And a little different formation here. Looks like the power eye. And they'll give the ball to Weddle. And he'll get a couple of yards maybe. And be down the 45-yard line. Further progress will put him up across the 45 to near the 43.
Definitely something a little different there. I think Jay's trying to figure out, let's throw another formation at them, see how they react.
And with the interception returned by Will earlier, maybe think this is Will's night and give him a carry early and see if he could break one through there, take some of the pressure off. So a couple yards though, so second down and about 8. We go back to the slot formation to the right, and Kress dropping deep and looks to throw. He's going to throw the ball, and it's complete. Dustin Hughes, and he'll have the first down.
Tell you what, that was one of the very few times this year that I've seen Joe drop back, let the pocket form around, and step up and throw a bullet to Hughes on that one.
He delivered that ball well, and Dustin did a good job hanging in there. You know when you go up and catch that ball, you're going to take a hit, and he caught the ball. He took the hit, and first down, the second catch so far for Hughes. And once again, trying to move and get himself in position here, already with a 12-0 lead. About 8 minutes remaining before halftime. Once again, the slot formation is to the right. Kress dropping once again to throw. He has some pressure and going to be sacked. Number 20, Amos, and delivered a pretty big hit on Kress, and the result's going to be about a 10-yard loss.
That's about the same situation as last time. But what Joe did different was he stepped out of the pocket. Instead of stepping up, your blocker's going out around. You should have stepped up 2 or 3 steps. Get away from that rush.
Joe's not been sacked very many times thus far this year. He's been able to step away for some pressure. But I think that's the second time tonight that he has been sacked. So that brings up a second down and 20 for Monroe Central. They'll bring the slot formation to the left. And Kress once again dropping to throw. And once again under some pressure. And he's going to try to run with it. And not much going. He's going to lose another 5 yards.
They're getting such a fast rush on him, that screen's not able to develop. The linemen aren't holding their blocks for that extra second, and then he needs to get way back and let the screen develop on that play.
Defensive linemen coming awful hard. Does that make them a little bit susceptible to the draw play? Maybe
most definitely.
Maybe not now on 3rd and 25, but
no.
But
you're absolutely right.
Passing situation, maybe we can look for that. Because I said a few weeks ago that I wasn't going to call any more plays too. I was going to call once in a while. So it is 3rd and long. The ball back out now at the 48-yard line. Another situation that we have seen the Seminoles in many times this year. Linebacker Barsock coming up, and like he's going to blitz.
Delay game.
Another penalty. And this cannot make Coach Acosta very happy at all to see these kind of things happen with a couple of sacks and now a delay of the game penalty. And you're in a situation now where it's 3rd down and going to be about 30 yards to go, 31 yards to go. And, 2 touchdown lead. You can't allow yourself to come unglued here.
It looked like Joe was almost changing the play at the line. He took so much time looking over the defense. He may have been changing the play.
He's taking his time on different occasions so far this evening, and that time just a little bit too much. Cougars will loosen up a little bit now. And Kress once again back to throw, and he's going deep down the middle, and it's deflected and incomplete. The intended receiver is Scott Wilson, and number 90, Lockery, on the defense back there for Frontier. And, pretty good coverage by the defensive back.
Well, Wilson was definitely open, but the ball was thrown behind him towards the defensive player. If he was thrown a little more out in front of him, I think a pretty good chance he'd have caught that at least for a first down, if not a touchdown.
So what looked like a promising situation with the first down inside the 35 moments ago is now turned into a punting situation for Hughes with the ball on the Monroe Central 47-yard line. And the kick angles over to the right side. It's going to hit and roll. It's going to turn into a super, super kick inside the 10-yard line. Be down to about the 8-yard line. And we're going to get a late flag. And let's hold on here. It's about a 45-yard punt with no return for Hughes. And at the 8-yard line, we'll see what the penalty was. And I honestly did not see. The flag was way away from the play. And it's a personal foul against Monroe Central. And So the result's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and we'll see where they step that off from, because the play was over, and the officials trying to sort it out and see exactly what's going to go on.
Sometimes I don't understand those plays. You know, kids getting 15-yard personal foul penalties after the play.
After the play and so far away from the ball. And that's just, you know, there was no real call for that. And I know the official was over and told Coach Acosta what the call was. And it looked like Coach, did not react, as far as he was in disagreement with the call. So maybe he saw something. And now some continued discussion as we see exactly where the penalty will be marked off from.
First they called a personal foul on the Seminoles, then they come back out and called it again, and Frontier declined it.
So over on this near side, the Frontier coaches, and we're talking to the officials now, and I think they're in disagreement for where the play is going to be marked off from. And it looks like Frontier is going to put the ball in play at their own 8-yard line. And that, if us Frontier, I think I maybe would question that also. So meanwhile, the teams are up to the line, ready to go. But we've got a couple of officials still over there talking to the Frontier coaches. So I don't think we're going to play here for a moment. And you'd like to be able to hear part of the discussion down here. Can you read lips? Okay, the head official now walking back out, and we'll see what happens. And so when you start trying to guess with the referees, part of the time you end up looking bad. So I'm not going to say any more.
The only thing you can really think of is they gave Frontier captain the opportunity, and what would you call it?
And maybe he made a bad choice.
Well, that's the only thing I can think of.
If you recall, last week we had a penalty against below St. John's in a similar situation. It was against them as the returners, and it was before the change of possession. So I'm not sure if that's the case there or what. All I know is the Frontier is taking over at their own 8-yard line. So it's almost like the penalty never happened. So on the option, Oliver comes down. He's going to pitch it back here to Amos, and he's going to be hit. Kramer and Shoemaker right there to make the play, and really just stringing the play out and forcing the pitch to be a little bit late, and maybe a loss of about a yard.
Well, I think, exactly like you said there. They're not really concerned with that quarterback. I'm really not aware of how many yards he has rushing this year. They're obviously keying on Amos that time. I had 3 guys on the pitch man.
A lot of weeks you can try to hit the quarterback right away and make him pitch it, but maybe this week you take the pitch away and make the quarterback keep it. So 2nd and 11, and the handoff will be to Amos.
Justin Amos on the carry for the Cougars.
And looks like Kramer, Hamilton, among maybe a couple others getting up off the pile. And that play will be at about the 11-yard line. So 3rd down and about 8. A lot of discussion up here in the press box over that last call. People trying to figure out exactly what did take place. So I don't know if anybody maybe can find out here at halftime what's going on or not. The quarterback Oliver wants to throw. He's trying to go deep, and he'll overthrow his intended receiver, Lowry, I guess is the correct pronunciation. Number 33, Kramer, and number 10, Ledwig on coverage there. A couple of freshmen on the defensive
I saw it. I was
coverage.
just going to say something. Joe Kress wasn't into that play.
And I'm not sure. I'm looking over at the sideline there. I see Joe standing over there, and doesn't appear that there's anything wrong. Just, maybe a breather for that play. And the result's a 4th down, and Bowersock back in his own end zone. And chance here for Monroe Central to get decent field position up to the punt. And he fumbles the snap a little bit, but still gets the kick off. It's very high, very short. It's going to go out of bounds over here near the 40. And the official drops his beanbag at about the 42. Now he backs up and he'll mark it down to 45.
See what happens on this possession. I was just thinking, we talked about Joe being out that last play. Maybe Coach Acosta put the Ludwig boy in and talk to Joe about the offense and see what they could get going, see what Joe was looking at when they got that delay of penalty.
Right, talk about the delay and also the couple of sacks. 3 minutes, 43 seconds remaining in the first half, and Monroe Central still with 2 timeouts left. They put the ball in play at the Frontier 45. And Robinson, second man through, and he'll get maybe a yard or 2, and the whistles will kill the play as Dustin's still on his feet. But
I'll tell you what, for a little guy, he runs harder than anybody else on the team.
But he was stopped, and they'll put the ball out just past the 44-yard line, about a yard pickup for Robinson on the play. Number 84, Cole Harrelson, in at the left end position, replacing Hughes with the play. Robinson will be wing right. And Kress will fake the Shoemaker. He wants to throw, trying to get outside. And he'll throw, and it'll be intercepted. Number 2, Brian Oliver, will make the interception. And it looked like Joe tried to hit Scott Wilson, and Oliver stepped in front, made the interception. And about the 24-yard line. So a turnover, which, not a lot of those so far this year for Monroe Central, but we have the first turnover of the evening. And Frontier will put the ball in play now, 2:54, clock now running before halftime. So the defense once again stepping up, trying to step up and make the stop and preserve the shutout here before halftime. They'll pitch the ball to Amos, and he'll try to cut up off a block and get nothing. Shoemaker right there, and he'll drop him after about a 4-yard pickup. Once again, a lot of times with a good quick back, it looks like you stopped him for nothing. Then you look at the mark, and it's a 4-yard pickup.
Then again, you got to look at, we were talking earlier about the pursuit coming this way, and again that time we had 6 or 7 guys coming this way, and we just got to be careful. It was a counter, make a boot to the other side.
We'll get a stop and play. And I didn't see for sure. It looked like
maybe there's equipment here on the backside.
Back here. So the officials now will restart the clock now. 2 minutes remaining. Frontier with a couple of timeouts remaining. They don't appear to be in any big hurry at this point. Dropping back, trying to throw quick over here, number 80. He's going to make the play and get up the sideline before being dropped by Robinson and a couple other people. Number 80 is Justin Lucas, receiver that we have not seen Frontier go to so far this evening. And it will be a first down.
That's an advantage of high school. You said about stopping the clock. They moved the change and got the clock stopped because the boy didn't seem like he was wanting to get out of bounds too bad.
Right, they stopped the clock to move the chains, but now the clock is running again, 1.5 minutes remaining. But it is a first down for Frontier. And he'll fake and get it on the quick out again. And off the hands of 2 Frontier receivers.
Same exact play as the last time.
Lowry and Lucas both had their hands on the ball here for Frontier, neither one able to make the play. And the result is an incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. Stopping the clock with 1:22 remaining. And we get a whistle here to stop play just prior to the snap.
Got a timeout on the field.
The official on the far side comes in, and again, I'm not real sure. No flag thrown.
Equipment timeout on the play.
Okay.
Sometimes they'll stop a play like that if a boy doesn't have his mouthpiece in his mouth. It looked like to be the case as he's talking to the tackle on the other side.
I believe the officials wrongly signaled to start the clock right there, and Frontier's going to lose about 5 seconds. Oliver's going to be sacked as he tries to pass. Hamilton and on the play, make that number 82, Scott Wilson. And a timeout by Frontier. As I mentioned, the play before was an incomplete pass, And when they stopped play right there to allow someone some equipment time, the official started the clock back, and he should not have. But he did, and Frontier lost a little bit of time. I think he's saying something about that right now. The Frontier will spend a timeout, third down and about 10, with 57 seconds remaining before halftime.
I keep looking at that clock over there, and it says 57.5. Took me a while to realize they got the tenths on it. You don't see it too much.
Yeah, the scoreboards there. Okay, the officials have corrected. It looks like they're correcting a mistake. Somebody down below us here yelled. He said 10 seconds on the clock. Okay, and he wants. They're going to put 5.
Hey, put 5 seconds on the clock. Yeah, we got it.
Okay, so they put 5 seconds back on the clock, and the officials did correct their mistake, and it definitely was a mistake by the officials signaling the clock to start when it should not have, and they realized their mistake, and they'll put the time back up there. So Frontier has spent a timeout, and it is 3rd and 10. Minute and 3 seconds now on the clock, and that would be correct.
Have a 3rd down and 10 for the Cougars.
So Frontier out 3rd and 10. Once again, they'll send one wide receiver. That's Lowry. He's wide to this side, and Oliver wants to throw. He's got some pressure, and he's going to be sacked. J.R. Young and Jeremy Kramer right there to team up in the sack. J.R. Young made the first play, and Kramer came up and helped finish him off, and it's a big 3rd down sack for the Seminoles.
Well, if that isn't the classic, you hold him up and I'll knock him down. Like you said, JR had him around the ankles, and Jim become like a ball of fire.
And now Monroe Central will spend a timeout to force the punt. 49.7 seconds remaining before halftime. And you never know right here. Force that team to punt and maybe go for the block or set up the return and get yourself in good field position and get a couple plays. Never concede. And with a 2-touchdown lead, it makes it kind of easy to make some of those decisions.
I bet this is a tough decision for the Frontier coach, being like you said, only 50 seconds left in the half. The Seminoles have had some great special teams plays this year and come close to breaking a lot of punts for touchdowns. So what do you do?
I was going to mention earlier, and it kind of slipped my mind during a break, on the touchdown return by Will Weddle. And I'm not certain, but we talked about the Monroe Central defense and the great job that they have done. That may be the first time that they have actually scored. We've had a couple punt returns for touchdowns and
actually
things like that.
defense.
As far as a fumble recovery return or a interception return, that may be the first one where the defense has actually scored.
That's the only one I can think
Even though
of.
they have set up a lot of it. Looks like Monroe Central may go for the block with 9 guys up, and they're coming, but the kick is off by Barasock, and it's not a real good kick. It's going to hit and take a sideways bounce out of bounds over near the Monroe Central 42-yard line. And we're at 41.4 seconds remaining before the halftime. And the ball is out of bounds, so the clock will not stop. It will not start, until the ball is snapped. And now there's just like a free timeout, and I'm not certain. Monroe Central, 1 or 2 timeouts. I'm not real certain on that.
I think it's 2. They took the one right after Frontier took their second one.
I think it is. So right, they have used 2. They have 1 remaining. Cress on a quickie over to the side, and looks like it is complete. It is Dustin Hughes on the reception over just shy of the 45 at the 44-yard line, about 3-yard pickup. And he was not out of bounds as the clock was running. And do it again. And it's incomplete. Long way over. I couldn't see on the play before, but Hughes was in bounds, and the clock continued to run. 18.2 seconds now remaining, 3rd and about 6.
I was going to say, there it is. The wackiest formation in high school football right here.
All right, we'll see what happens here. Cress will throw. And Cress is going to air it out long. He's going for Hughes, and just overthrown. 10.2 seconds remaining now, 4th down. So 4th down, and all that really went for naught.
Yeah, call it what you want, but he's had more success with that formation than most people realize.
The team is not prepared for that. The defense may not be able to get people in the right places, and on a play such as that, number 45, Dustin Hughes, is the center, and because there was no one lined up to the left, he is an eligible receiver. He's an end, and he just happens to snap the ball on that and is an eligible receiver, but Frontier did have a couple of people with him. So Hughes will punt now from the 45, and he'll just try to get this off and down the middle of the field, and it'll hit and roll, and it's end up being a very nice punt rolling down around near the 15-yard line. It'll be knocked out of bounds by Kramer, and we have 2/10 of a second remaining. 2/10 of a second. So the ball is out of bounds, so Frontier will have to snap it once. We'll see what they do, if they try anything here as far as a pass, or if they just take a knee, run something simple, and get in at halftime.
First and 10 Cougars from their own 16.
They have a pretty normal-looking formation, and the quarterback Oliver will just go to one knee and make it a halftime. And we have played one half here at Frontier High School. Monroe Central leading Frontier Cougars by a score of 12-0. We'll take a short timeout, and we'll be right back with the Monroe Central Band.
Westcourt Hair Fashions, new in name but the same in advanced high-tech hair care products and services. Westcourt is staffed with 10 highly qualified technicians to serve their clients' different needs. Products sold only in the finest salons include Nexus, Paul Mitchell, Brocado, each with a money-back guarantee. To keep that healthy look all year round, 2 Wolf tanning beds along with the best tanning and skincare products. Call 472-5350 today to get a new you at a new name, Westcourt Hair Fashions.
In the 1990s, it's nice to know there's still someone who makes decisions according to people and not just money. At Loveday Motors, customer satisfaction is number one. Whether it's a new or used car or truck that you're shopping for or parts and service, come to Loveday's. Your friends and neighbors are working here. For your convenience and peace of mind, now's a great time to purchase a car phone. Loveday's is your ICN headquarters. Ask about discounts available to Chamber of Commerce members. With factory-trained technicians, the latest high-tech tools and equipment, and genuine GM parts, why go anywhere else? Loveday Motor Sales.
For almost any size job, the area's most extensive fastener display is at Ager Hardware. Small engine belts in all sizes, too. And it's that time of the year for organ chains and bars and, of course, hunting licenses, shells, and accessories. Home improvements are easy with a large inventory of electrical and plumbing supplies and standard bathroom fixtures. A full line of kitchen and laundry appliances are always in stock. Custom paints for interior and exterior fall fix-ups. Special services, screen repair, and glass cutting. Car wax and car care products, bikes of all kinds, and just arrived vent-free and kerosene heaters. Eggers, much more than a hardware store.
Back deep for the Cougars, number 20, Justin Amos, and number 9, Tony Bowersock.
All right, back for the second half. The Seminoles will kick off, so Frontier getting first possession. Greg, except for a couple of big plays, the long run by Robinson, the interception return by Weddle, a pretty even game.
Yes, it is. It's a very even game. One or two breaks for Frontier. This would be a ball game.
So Amos on the return. He'll be brought down over on the far side by Hamilton, number 22. Again, pretty good special teams play with the kickoff coverage team as we've had all year. And we'll let the Cougars put the ball in play at their own 33-yard line.
I'm kind of anxious to see if any at all, adjustments the Seminoles will make on defense the second half. Like you said before, looks like they're stopped for no gain, end up being 4 or 5 yards.
So different times during the year, the team has responded to the second half. And there's a big hit. Bowersock, Shoemaker, Young, and a couple other people in there made the big hit right there. And caught second 9. They'll get more like a half a yard pickup. And once again, the defense, with the exception of the one small drive Frontier started to put together, which was stopped by the Weddle interception return for a touchdown. the defense has played well. So 2nd and 9. Oliver's back. He'll throw. He has some pressure. He'll be sacked over there on the far side. Look like number 71, J.R. Young.
There's a definite adjustment. That was that little out pattern with 2 receivers to the one side again, rolling towards them back to back. They're both staying on the sidelines about 5 yards apart. 9 times out of 10, you cover one guy in a zone anyway. The other receiver is going to be open, and that could have been an adjustment. Taking real well to clear out to the sidelines on that one that time.
Okay, that would be good to watch and stop that, because when you make that coverage, then what happens is what happened that time, a sack by Young, and it's 3rd down and about 14 yards to go for Frontier. Oliver once again dropped the throw. He wants a screen in the middle. It's Amos, but he's going to be dropped. 82 Wilson and Shoemaker, but we're going to have a flag back, and it's going to be a personal foul for roughing the passer. And mistakes like this, you have the play stopped. It's going to be 4th down in a punting situation, but again, a late hit, personal foul is going to keep the drive going for Frontier.
You want your kids to be aggressive, but there's an extent to that. The pass was clearly gone, and like I said, like you said, we saw on the ball and didn't really see what happened after the ball was released. But it seemed like to me it was a good 3 or 4 yards away from the quarterback on that play.
So, Frontier keeps the ball via the 15-yard penalty, and they'll have 1st and 10 now out at the 45-yard line. And Amos gets outside, and he's got running room down the sideline, and he'll be brought down. Kramer on the tackle. A big game. We had a flag, and from where I stand, I saw a clip.
That's what I
saw a clip, and I saw Coach Singleton react over there. I think he saw the same clip, and that is the call. And it was a definite clip right in front of the Monroe Central bench, and the official's not going to miss that one. At least he hope not.
That's one of those plays like you called in the first half where the guy relatively wasn't in the play. He ended up forcing Amos back inside. But why make a block like that? You're clearly behind.
Yeah, he really did not need the block. He was up the sideline and pretty well was hemmed in, and the blocker just kind of ran up the back of someone over there, and it was a clip. And like I said, it looked like Coach Singleton had a pretty good view of that over there, and so did the official. So it's 15 yards from the point of the foul, 1st down and 8. Now back at about the 47-yard line. They'll get the Bowersock outside, and he'll be hit, and the ball's loose. And it appears it was either recovered by Frontier over number 88, Zach Bowersock. And the ball may have rolled out of bounds. I couldn't see it over there, but the fans sure did. But Frontier will maintain possession. That's number 99, I think, Zach Bowersock. Kind of looks like an 88, but it's 2nd down and about 8. The clock is running, so the ball is not out of bounds. It was recovered over there by Bowersock. Here's the option, or the keep by the quarterback. He's going to get outside near the 1st down. He'll be laid down over there by Shoemaker. And we'll look at the spot. And it is just short of the 1st down. The official keeps the clock winding. 3rd down and a yard. The chain man over there dropped the downs marker, I think, to keep from getting run over by the play, and we put it back up there. It is just about a yard short, or maybe a half a yard short. So a big 3rd down play early in the 3rd period. And there's a dive play to Bowersock.
Well, he didn't get it
with nothing.
Unless they give him forward progress.
And I didn't see who made the big hit on that side. Could have been one of the linebackers. They'll put him down around the line. 4th down and a yard.
You hear
Decision time for Frontier.
You hear the crowd reacting on that, but he was met at the line of scrimmage. There wasn't any forward
He definitely
progress.
did not get any farther back than the line. Looks like Frontier is going to take a gamble right here and go for it at the Monroe Central 45-yard line. And I think you have to make trailing 12-0. You may not get an opportunity again to get a drive going. So 4th down, less than a yard. And he's going to break through and get the first down. That's Amos.
Yeah, there's a case of 4th and real short. If you don't get it, it's a terrible call as far as a fan would be concerned with. But, you know, they got the first down, a little extra on top of it, so it's a great call.
Yeah, that's why they pay the coaches those big bucks, right?
Yeah, that's what it is.
So, first down Frontier, as they are now inside the 40, about the 38-yard line. A nice drive going, extended by the penalty on Monroe Central. Amos up the middle.
Everything said about him through the course of the week seems to be holding true. He's a good back, good speed, and good instincts. Runs the ball really well.
About a 7-yard pickup. Looked like he tripped up there by Will Weddle. So bring up second, about 3, and the defense being tested once again. Give the ball to the first back, Amos once again. Could be across the 30-yard line, I believe it is, near the 29, and we will get a measurement. Keep looking for the downs or the sideline markers. There are people, the chain gang standing in front of the markers there, but it is just inside the 30, about the 29-yard line. They'll bring the chains in. Zoom in here and see if we can get a shot of it. Looks like he may have the first down. Now they stretch him out. Just short by a couple of inches. Just short by a couple of inches. And from this position on the field, maybe definitely two down territory.
Oh, most definitely. Like we said in the first half, it's definitely 4 down territory, especially trailing 12-0.
Maybe go up top, look for the big play on the pass toward the end zone, but the simple dives here to Bowersock and Amos have been good. So they run the quarterback sneak, big push for the offensive line, and he'll get the first down easily. Frontier offensive line opening up some holes so far in the third quarter.
Definitely beating the Seminole defense off the line.
Quarterback sneak right there gains about 3 yards, and that's just definitely offensive lineman handling the defensive line. So now, with the ball down near the 27-yard line, there's a keep by quarterback Oliver.
Number 2, Brian Oliver on the quarterback keeper.
That looked like a little mix-up in the backfield where he went to hand it off to Amos. Amos went a little wide, again trying to bounce it outside. The quarterback did a smart thing, pulled it back in and went out around the end.
Hughes in on the tackle there along with possibly Weddle. Will be about a 3-yard pickup for the quarterback Oliver. Just a sophomore, Brian Oliver. Does a real fine job handling the offense. Kind of impressed by some of the young quarterbacks that we have seen by some of the different teams this year. Figure in the sweep, Bowersock on the short side, and he's got some yardage. And looks like good enough for the first down. And definitely an area of concern. Well, Frontier's taking the ball to start this third quarter and not giving it up. And we're now inside 6 minutes.
The play call in this third quarter has been good as far as Frontier's concerned. Obviously, moving the ball real well, mixing it up real well.
All on the ground, I believe. Not a single pass play thus far. Here's a sweep again. This is Amos. He's hit at the line of scrimmage. That's number 44, Luke Shoemaker. Luke shooting through there untouched, made a big hit on Amos. No gain, maybe a half a yard loss.
Yeah, that might be a little blessing in disguise there where Amos trying to bounce it outside all the time. He might take a shot like that. Next time, think twice about it.
Hopefully now keeping Frontier from getting yardage on first down, setting up a 2nd and 10 will kind of change the tempo of the play calling. Oliver now back. He wants to throw. He's going to throw down the middle. And it's caught. And he's in the end zone for a touchdown.
That ball was tipped at least one time.
I couldn't tell for sure, but somehow I thought the ball was intercepted. The ball was deflected and caught for a touchdown. And the Cougars are right back in the game with 4 minutes, 37 seconds remaining in the third period. Frontier's going to call timeout to make sure they have the people on the field for the extra point and get everybody calmed down. So, Greg, we got a ball game.
Well, I tell you what, I'm just as amazed as you. That ball even got where it did. There was 2 guys on each side of him, looked like a safety. I'm not sure who it was, if it was Ludwig or Crest jumped up there. Like you said, I thought the ball was picked off. Sure looked like it should have been.
A lot of people standing around. First thing I knew, it was completed for the touchdown. It looked like I said, somebody did have a hand on it. It appeared that the play was not made. The receiver made the catch and was able to get into the end zone for the touchdown. We get the extra point kick by number 3, Jared Edgar. The holder is the quarterback, number 2, Brian Oliver. And no trouble with the snap. Oliver trying to get outside. He's going to throw the end zone and complete it in the back of the end zone to number 30. And I don't have that number. I'm not sure the number that made the catch, but it's good for a 2-point conversion.
It looked like number 90.
I think it was number 90, Tim Tim Lowry did make the catch in the back of the end zone as Oliver was scrambling around trying to find someone as he did not handle the snap. And that's a 12-8 game with 4.5 minutes remaining.
Call Swisslands Realty at 472-0614 if you're looking for a quiet place in the country, like this 3-bedroom ranch surrounded by a beautiful view. Free gas located just 4 miles from Woodsfield. Or just listed, this new log home on 30 acres has rustic charm with a huge flat yard, secluded yet close to the state road. If you have property to sell, call us at 472-0614. We take listings on all types of property at Swisslands Realty.
Number 33, Jared Edgar to kick off to the Cougars. Back deep for the Seminoles, number 20, Dustin Robinson. Number 33, Jared Kramer. Number 34, Will Weddle.
We're back with the kickoff. Frontier, a nice drive, but we must point out that Frontier was stopped on the opening plays of the drive, but a late hit against the quarterback kept the drive going. Frontier, taking about 7.5 minutes off the clock to score, and it's now a 12-8 ball game in Monroe Central. And a squib kick, and it's still loose. Wilson will pick it up, ran to his own man. Still on his feet across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. They make it up the 42-yard line. Ball kind of able to bounce around away from one Seminole. Wilson able to pick it up. So Monroe Central, not bad field position at the own 42-yard line, and definitely the need to get a drive going and put some points on the board.
That's a questionable call. They're only down by 4. Why not kick it deep? Maybe pin them back a little farther, but then they end up getting good field position out of it.
A little split kick like that can backfire. Robinson, nice hole, get about 5 yards. Still falling forward. That put him about the 47-yard line. So nice 5-yard pickup on first down. As we stated, that just opened the third quarter, with the exception of the big play on the run by Robinson. The offense really has not been able to get untracked, and if they're going to get untracked, now is the time. Shoemaker gets outside, breaks away from a couple of tacklers. He's going to have the first down before being tackled over here by number 56, Edgar. That's a first down.
Hey, we get back to that play where we got The backside guard and tackle pulling. Frontier's doing a good job because of their defense. They play a 4-3 defense with three linebackers. Makes it a little easier to cover that play.
So the ball now in Frontier territory on the 45-yard line. Again, both ends are tight with a wing and eye in the backfield. Robinson. He's going to break loose. Still on his feet. Still on his feet. He's going to cut back. So long. No. Amos gets it. Ball's loose. And there's a break. There's a break. I think Jeremy Kramer. Johnny on the spot after a big gain by Robinson. The ball knocked loose by number 20. Amos rolled toward the end zone. Kramer able to make the recovery down near the 3-yard line.
Yeah, that could have been disaster.
Oh,
That's a good point to make here. That just shows you lineman downfield when you're playing the way you're supposed to play, getting downfield and blocking, what can happen.
And again, Kramer in the right place, able to get on the ball, and what looked like disaster, now a scoring opportunity. A power formation. Shoemaker off the right side. Touchdown, Luke Shoemaker. Luke in the end zone for the 16th time this year. And very quickly, I think 4 plays.
Not much more than that anyway.
Back on the board, and that gets you back off that 1 touchdown lead. You're now up by 10, 2:37 remaining. The Seminoles now unable to convert the first 2 times. Will go for 2. The option. Late pitch to Robinson. Nowhere to go. He's going to be pulled down. We're going to get a flag. They're going to get a flag on the play. That's going to be a face mask penalty. And Robinson appears to be shaken up over there. He's back on his feet. He's all right. That might hurt a little bit tomorrow, but he's all right now.
I'll tell you what, he got his head twisted around there.
That could be a problem. But the penalty will move the ball down, and we'll give Monroe Central a second opportunity now to convert the points from a little bit closer. Anytime you make that tackle up around the head, there's a chance of something bad happening, getting a hold of that helmet and face mask, and that was the case. So take the ball down to the 1.5-yard line and get a second opportunity for what could be 2 big points. The 10-point lead, a 12-point lead would be a lot better. Okay, power formation to the right, and Shoemaker. No problem. Power right, get you in the end zone. If you can't get a 1.5 yards on that, you might as well go kick it off.
Exactly.
We'll take the 2 points. Luke with touchdown and the extra point. So 2:37 on the clock, 3rd period. It is now Monroe Central 20, Frontier 8. We'll be right back.
You want to keep on getting all the power and performance that your car was built to deliver. So use BP Super Unleaded Gasoline from Demchex BP. Keep your vital fuel injectors clean to prevent hard starting, stalling, hesitation, and poor mileage. Filling your tank is just a start. We wash windshields, check motor oil, belts, hoses, coolant levels, and windshield washer fluid. You stay in the driver's seat while we do the work, or help yourself at the self-serve island. At Demchex BP, you have a choice.
Junior high basketball tournament, and the Matamoros Bulldogs will be playing against Marietta St. Mary's for the Division A championship. Again, game time is 10:30 at Warren High School.
All right, we're back. And we talked about the little things that keep drives going. Earlier, the Monroe Central penalty kept a Frontier drive going. They continued their drive and scored. And on that possession, after the fumble, rolling toward the end zone, could have been disaster. Jeremy Kramer right there to get on it, maintain possession, and you get 8 points.
And number 38, Jeremy West.
You play this game long enough, never take anything for granted. Because for an instant, I thought Dustin was going to get to the end zone, but a nice defensive play by Amos. And but 20-8, Cress's kick, a line drive down the middle, is going to hit and roll and continue to roll. It's going to be picked up back and still loose. And he's going to be dropped down inside the 5-yard line.
And who else on the tackle if I'm looking at the right person? Yes, it is.
Scott Wilson. The ball, and again, as we talked earlier, don't let the ball hit the ground. And you can see right there what happens when you let that ball hit. It rolled. A young man had trouble picking the ball up, and by the time he was able to pick it up, Scott Wilson was right there and made the tackle at the 5-yard line. And now a chance for the defense to step up and make the play. You see what the Cougars do here. First time they've really been backed up in their own territory. And not much going up the middle.
Looks like that play was designed to try to get a little breathing room. Maybe out 3 yards out to the 8. Gives a little more room to work on that.
Okay. Amos was the ball carrier. A lot of people there. Off this side, probably Baker and some others I really couldn't tell. But now it's 2nd down and 7 after about a 3-yard pickup. And they give it to the first man once again. And he's stacked up by a lot of people right there. There's Shoemaker and Kramer and Weddle. And going up the middle like that, probably Hamilton somewhere in on that mix also.
Yeah, I go back to that hit that Luke made there on the last drive. Maybe these plays are designed inside, but it seems like he's tucking inside between the tackles now.
Another 3-yard pickup for about 3rd and 4. And this is Bowersock, and he's going to be tripped down and about the 5-yard line. He'll be, or the 15-yard line. He'll be very close to the first down. It is a first down. Looked like Bowersock may have a little running room there, kind of got tripped up by his own man, but he was able to keep his feet and get the first down. And some good things from the Frontier standpoint from their offense so far in the second half.
Definitely able to move the ball. We'll see what happens. As far as this drive continues, maybe they'll take a little pressure off Amos and give the ball to Bowersock a little more often.
We've moved inside the final minute of the 3rd period. Again, right up the middle. And that is Amos once again. He'll get another 3 yards. 2nd and 7. Hamilton on the play.
We'll see what happens now. Maybe they run up the middle for a reason, to soften up the defense for the outside, maybe try a long play.
Here comes a blitz, and Oliver's going to be brought down. And we're going to get a late flag. Kramer and Hamilton in on the sack, but a flag will be thrown back there on the sack, and I think a little bit of a late hit going to be called. And it is a personal foul against Monroe Central.
I think it was whoever was along with Kramer on that. Kramer drug him down. He kind of might have used the head a little bit on that play.
I think the call right there was for using the headgear and on the play, not so much a late play, but using the headgear, which you definitely are not allowed to do. That is a 15-yard penalty. And 15 yards from the spot, and that should be 3rd down now. Well, the downs marker still says 2nd down, but that should be 3rd down. They'll give the ball to Bowersock, and he'll have the first down out around the 25, making the 30-yard line. We've reached the end of the 3rd period, and we're at the same place as we were at halftime with a 12-point Monroe Central lead. The Seminoles 20 and Frontier 8. We'll be right back with the 4th period.
You're a busy person. You don't have time to drive all over the Ohio Valley to check prices, go back 2 weeks later to pick up your order, and still not be happy about the quality. The good news is you don't have to. The Sports Connection is right here with a full line of sports attire, including shirts, shorts, socks, ball hats, and of course school jackets. Professional and college team clothing is available. We do monogramming, embroidering, silk screening, transfers, and lettering. We outfit any team, any size. Save time and money when you take your custom orders to the Sports Connection. The F.W. Shoemaker Insurance Agency was established in 1903. They have 3 agents and 3 customer service representatives to give you the kind of service you deserve. Being an independent insurance agency means they represent different companies, allowing them to compare for you. For all of your insurance needs, auto, home, life, bonds, business, or farms, contact F.W. Shoemaker Insurance Agency at 472-0876.
Okay, we're back for the 4th period. 12-0 lead at halftime for Monroe Central. Now a 20-8 lead in the final 12 minutes of play. I was watching during that break in between periods there as Coach Singleton was talking with the defense. It looked like Coach DeCosta was having a talk with the officials, either trying to get an explanation on the penalty or argue his point of view. But it is first down and 10 for Frontier as they'll put the ball in play at their own 30-yard line, 31-yard line. And they'll give the ball to Bowersock. He'll try to get outside, and he will get outside with a couple of flags. Well, that brings up a point right there, Greg. We talked about how important it is for the defensive ends to keep the play inside of them. But from Scott Wilson's standpoint, it's kind of hard to keep that guy from getting outside of you when the blocker has your both arms wrapped around your legs.
Yeah, he had good support that time by Dustin. You know, he kind of turned the corner. You know, I go time and time again. You say for Dustin's size, pound for pound, he's one of the toughest guys on the team.
He did a good job, come up, made the play, about a 5-yard pickup. But as I said, Scott Wilson at the defensive end position was tackled on the play and not able to make the play, and the officials saw that. 2 flags were thrown. So first down and 18. Now you got to make the play. You can't let him out of the hole with another foolish play. And they'll try the short pass once again. Bowersock, nice play. He'll make the reception, be pulled down by Shoemaker. Back out of the backfield. And a big gain.
It's a nice play there. Like I say, he did come out of the backfield. Linebacker's responsibility, and Luke was there. The ball was put where it had to be, being a step ahead, and he looks like the Bowersock boys got a little speed to him.
That's a 15-yard pickup, 2nd and 3. So a real nice play by Frontier to get herself out of that bit of a hole. 2nd and 3. Again, first back on the dive, Bowersock, and he'll just force his way across that right side of his offensive line, picking up the first down. So once again, Frontier, showing some good things offensively on the ground. A lot of time left in the game, 20-8. This one's a long way from over. Give the ball this side, Amos. He accelerates through the hole, and another first down. Hey, when he turns it upfield, shows some good speed.
Yeah, and they're getting good push off the ball, so I don't think the Seminoles are actually playing that bad. They're just getting beat off the ball. Maybe a count change or something that the quarterback's doing is making that little hesitation, giving them that little extra step.
Some good size by Frontier along their offensive line. I know a couple individuals there are freshmen. Some young kids and doing a fine job. Oliver's going to drop and throw. He's going to go deep, and we have a flag down, and the ball is broken up over there by Robinson. But we do have a flag thrown back in the area which you think of holding. Lowry, the intended receiver. And as I say, Robinson on the coverage down near the 15-yard line. But a holding penalty against Frontier. They were able to overcome the last holding penalty. Well, see what happens here. That'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, which is about 3 yards in the backfield. Now we'll see if the officials talking to the captains. We've not got a decision yet. And the penalty is declined. It is declined, so it'll bring up second down. Second and 10. And the officials have marked the ball in the wrong spot there. Now they correct it and get it back to where it should be. They marked the ball down where the penalty flag was, not the original line of scrimmage. So the penalty declined. The choices being second and 10 or first and about 20. They'll give the ball to Amos, and he'll be hit in the backfield. Hamilton had first hit. He stepped away from that, and Will Weddle made the play, and a loss for Amos.
There again, you see guys piling on. Crowd reacting to a late hit there, and then they might have had a good reason to react like that.
Especially when the play occurs on this sideline, the Frontier sideline. The official here might be influenced a little bit by that crowd and by the coaching staff. But third down and 12. Oliver on a play fake now wants to pass. He'll step away from some pressure, and he'll throw the ball back across the middle, and it will be complete. Number 80, Justin Lucas, will make the reception. About a 5-6 yard pickup. That's about half the yardage. So that makes your fourth down play. Makes your fourth down play that much easier. Frontier will take time out. We'll stay right here as we get ready for 4th and 6. Everybody kind of cheered on the play there. Short gain, but still, that's important. You get 3rd and 12. You knock off about 6. Now you have 4th and about 5 or 6, and it becomes a little more manageable than say a 4th down and 12.
Well, they're definitely moving the ball. Down by 12 here in the 4th quarter. 9 minutes to go. Decent field position. If you don't get it here on 4th down, you're still going. Well, it's a tough call.
Yeah, right. We're trailing by 2 touchdowns, and we're at 8:58 remaining in the game. You really have to go for it. But if Monroe Central can make the stop and get the ball back here, and then chew a little time off the clock on this next possession, then maybe you can start breathing a little easier. But it's still way too early to breathe easy at this point in time. 20-8, Monroe Central leading, and the defense being tested once again.
You definitely can't relax on this play. That little dive play is picking up 4 and 5 yards at a pop. Don't be surprised to see something like that. Go back to the basics to get that much yardage.
It's the second week in a row we have seen the opposition pick up some nice yardage consistently against Monroe Central's defense. One back in the backfield. Oliver wants to put the ball up. He throws it across the middle and completes it. Bowersock makes the play. That's a first down. And a big 4th down play keeps things going. Jason Ludwig on the tackle. Ball's about the 28-yard line. Another nice drive by Frontier. Amos in motion. They're going to throw a little swing pass out here to him. And he'll get away from a tackler and get up the sideline and pick up some nice yardage on first down.
You can almost see that play coming. Quarterback lifted his heel to send Amos in motion out on that little swing pass. And with his speed, let him catch the ball with some room in front of him. He's able to make a move and get some nice yardage.
Be about a 6-yard pickup. Second down and 4. Somebody there, may have been Kramer, kind of broke through and looked like may have been in position to make the play and kind of slipped. And 6-yard pickup, as I say, for Amos. And here's the same formation again. And this time they'll give to Bowersock, and he'll be hit. Shoemaker makes the play. Maybe a yard pickup by Bowersock.
Good call, though. The play before he picked up 6 yards on that little swing pass. Why not send him back out and give it to that back?
Call the defense's attention to that.
Exactly.
Give the ball to Bowersock, who's gained some big yardage here in the second half. And if not for a shoestring tackle by Shoemaker, I'm not sure what may have happened there. So third down and about 3. And it's be Amos this way, and nothing going right there. Shoemaker and Young make the play in the backfield for a loss. Luke Shoemaker and J.R. Young. A couple of veterans stepping up and making a big play when you need it.
Well, there again, I go back to the guards. How Hamilton in the first half seemed to be following the guards on that little sweep. And from Luke's linebacker position, they pulled a guard on that play. All right behind him, took him right to the ball.
So fourth and about 3. No gain on the play from where they marked the ball. One back in the backfield, Amos. Oliver dropping. He wants to throw. He's getting a little bit of pressure. He gets outside. He's going to throw it toward the end zone. And intercepted.
Oliver's pass is intercepted.
Number 10, Jason Ludwig, with his second varsity interception of the season. Picked one up last week. Makes the play. And that will end the Frontier drive.
Yeah, we go back to last week. You said it was a fourth and long. They went for it through a deep pass, and he intercepted it on about the 10-yard line again this week. I know Jay made comment last night on the Jason Acosta show where he told him after the game maybe you ought to knock that down and get the ball in a little better field position.
But that situation right there, especially with a tipped ball being caught for a touchdown earlier, I think Jason did the right thing, intercepting it and get the ball away from those guys. First down, Monroe Central. Looks to be around the 10-yard line. And here comes Shoemaker.
Number 44, Luke Shoemaker on it.
And he's going to be out around the 18-yard line. We're going to stoppage of play. And somebody appears to be down. Looks like Luke shaking on the play.
I couldn't really tell what happened on that play. Looks like he may have got twisted a little bit. But I couldn't tell the way he's laying.
Hard to see with all the people over there exactly what's going on. Let's take a quick break and we'll see what the situation is here. 5 minutes, 48 seconds remaining in the game. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back here. Luke Shoemaker being helped to the sideline. Appears to be his right leg. And really from our standpoint here, really hard to tell what the play or what happened on the play. He'll be helped on over the sideline. And sure hope that that's not a serious injury. Get some changing of positions here now. Looks like Will Weddle will now move to the fullback position. Eric Kramer will come in and play Weddle's halfback position, and try to take a look over the sideline and find out exactly what the problem is, and hopefully nothing serious. The clock is running now with 5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the game. Second down and about a yard. And it looks like Robinson is the ball carrier, and he'll have the first down.
Number 2, Brian Oliver on the tackle for the injury.
And we get some reaction from the stands over here. I didn't see what happened there. They have a little better vantage point maybe than we do here from the press box, but they must have seen a little extracurriculars that they thought should have drawn a penalty flag. And we've had a couple of late hit calls tonight, so once you get a couple, fans want to see the third one. So it is 1st and 10. Wishbone formation. And Robinson will try to bounce it to the outside. And he'll be up near the 30-yard line. About a 5-6 yard pickup.
Yeah, again, gave to the second man through. Dustin started to break it to the outside and made the right decision by cutting it back, turning sideways, and picking up, like you said, a good 6 yards, and second down and 4.
With Luke temporarily on the sidelines, or we hope just temporarily on the sidelines, the bulk of the offense now, the running game's going to have to fall on the shoulders of Dustin Robinson. And here's Dustin, and he was hitting the backfield and going to get back near the line of scrimmage. And that could have been a loss on the play, but Dustin was able to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. And they may move it back about a half a yard loss. And it's going to be third down and about 5. 4 minutes remaining. There will be just under 4 minutes at the time of the snap. And one or two more first downs would sure be nice. So we'll see what happens here on 3rd and 5. Kress again taking his time. Here comes the blitz. And there's Kramer. He's going to get to the outside. Needs one block. He didn't get a block. He's got running room down the sideline. Still on his feet near the 20-yard line. Eric Kramer.
Well, it's nice. That's when you got that fourth back, you can step in and break off a run like that, isn't it?
And as I mentioned earlier, the pressure would be on Dustin. It looked like probably the defense would key on Dustin. And there goes Eric Kramer for about 50 yards.
Well, I think what happened there wasn't even expecting him to get the ball. Jumping in as a freshman.
It looked like if he would have gotten one block over the sideline, he may have been able to go. It looked like somebody ran right by a Frontier player, but that player really was not in the play, but he was not able to get that one block in on downfield, but 50 yards and a big first down with 3:10 remaining. And here's Robinson on the pitch. He's going to cut it back, and he'll get a couple of 3 yards. But right now, it's just a matter of hang on to the ball and let that clock run. And we're inside 3 minutes.
One on the play, bring up 2nd down and 9.
And looks like some Frontier people have decided they've had enough tonight, and they've started to go for the exits. I'm not ready to call it a win yet, Greg. I don't know about you.
You never know. You never know.
Give me another first down, and then we'll start wrapping up. Here's Robinson once again. Very little running room.
That's a good conservative call. Like you said, late in the game, you're down on their end of the field. Call play that's not going to have something destructive happen, like you said, turn the ball over or have a big loss of yardage.
Right, just hang on to that ball. We're down now, and by the time we get this snap, we'll be down around 2 minutes or a little under 2 minutes remaining. And a 12-point Monroe Central lead at 20-8. It is 3rd and 7. And I believe Frontier's down to one timeout. Now here's some cheers over, and I see Luke back on his feet. Still limping a little bit, but he's up, and you know he wants back in. Kress going to show pass. He's going to throw to the end zone, and we'll see. No signal. Touchdown. The touchdown. Scott Wilson.
I think that's a case of dual possession there, because it looked like to me that the Frontier player had his hands on the ball too when they fell out of bounds.
Both officials kind of standing there, kind of looked at each other, and finally got the signal. But I think you're exactly right, Greg. I think dual possession with the receiver and the defender. In that case, it's a reception for the offense. It's a touchdown for Scott Wilson from Joe Kress, and 26-8 as Kress will attempt the extra point and gets it down, and it's good. Didn't get quite the hook on it this time as he had before, and Kress gets on the board. It is now 27-8. 27-8 with 1:37 left. All right, let's take a break, and we'll be back for the final minute and a half.
We've been doing it then.
Telephones, radios, fax machines, videos, sound equipment, adapters, and converters of all kinds. Scanners, smoke alarms, tape recorders, televisions, toys, games, VCRs, antennas, batteries, camcorders, and computers are just some of the things you'll find at Day Appliance and Radio Shack. With brand names including Quasar, GE, Realistic, and Memorex, they offer a wide variety of computers with IBM compatibility. For all of your electronic needs, see the vast inventory in stock at Day Appliance. They'll be happy to special order too. See them today, Day Appliance and Radio Shack.
All right, we're back. 1 minute, 37 seconds remaining in the game. Little insurance there for the Seminoles on the crest to Wilson pass, 27-8. And now, Greg, maybe we can now.
The previous record was set by Brian McMahon with 222 in 1981. Also, the Cougars as a team.
And they're making a PA announcement of a couple records that Frontier has set for season records here. As I started to say, I think now with that insurance touchdown, we can start looking to next week, with a 19-point lead. And I mentioned, Greg, there right after halftime, or in the third quarter, get a quick lead. Maybe got a little flat in the middle part of the game. And the kickoff is high. Goes to Bowersock, who slipped down as he went to catch it and was on his knees. He caught the ball back about the 14-yard line. And that's where Frontier will put the ball in play.
Now, you mentioned going a little flat there in third quarter. They did to a point, but Frontier has been playing some good football, moving the ball real well, getting a little confidence. You give any team a little bit of confidence, they're going to play well.
So next week, Greg, week 10, and that's a trip to Bellsville, and a lot riding on that game. First of all, a PVC title. You're helping your standings as far as the playoffs. This win tonight should put the Seminoles in the playoffs. They're going a quick out here for Amos, and the ball's right through his hands, incomplete, 1:12 remaining. And of course, by the time people are watching this tape on Saturday morning, they'll be able to know the final score. But we had the score here at near halftime that Bellsville was losing at Buckeye Trail tonight by a 26-8 score. So of course, as I talk to you now, I don't know the final score, but regardless of the outcome of any other game, that'll be a big one with a lot riding on it. Now I know there'll be a lot of people there. This is Bowersock. He's going to get upfield, break through a couple tackles, bounce off of a tackle by Kramer, and get a first down. 1:05 remaining. Pretty good offensive numbers from Frontier tonight.
Just thinking about that, we talked earlier how well they was moving football, but they are going to have some real good numbers.
As we move inside the final minute, quick out. This is Amos. He'll step away from one tackle. He'll be brought down. Hughes, Baker, and Wilson in on the play. Clock continuing to run now, 45 seconds. And we do get a timeout. And I noticed that that Luke did not return to defense on this time with a 27-8 lead. No reason for him to go back in the ball game, even though I'm sure he wanted to go in. But it was nice to see him up moving around, and hopefully, by Monday he'll be back and ready to go. Takes a lot to keep those shoemakers down, right, Greg?
Yeah.
.1 seconds remaining. Again, we'll know more by the middle of the week, but the consensus from some of the people that follow the playoff ratings closely was that this win tonight would definitely put Monroe Central back, in the playoffs. I guess we can't really say back into the playoffs, since this is the first year of Monroe Central, but the Seminoles will be in the playoffs. So next week, a win would enable you to be first or second in your region, probably first, and also be able to complete a 10-0 year. And we're in a halfback pass here from Bowersock. He's going to go deep, and he's well overthrown. And again, the freshman, Ludwig and Kramer. Lowry is the intended receiver, but the ball is about 5 yards underthrown. Ludwig and Kramer, as I say, were there. We're down to 35 seconds remaining. This is 2 weeks in a row. It's not been quite as easy as what it had been in previous weeks. A couple of good teams, Frontier and Blair St. John's. And, the starters happen to play 4 quarters, and hopefully that'll pay off down the road. They'll give a pitch over there to Amos.
Number 20, Justin Amos on the carry.
He'll get the first down.
Number 45.
It's a definite help as far as you said. The starters getting to play 4 quarters. Games prior to this week and last week, getting quarter and a half, 2 quarters at the most. With Bellsville coming up, they sure do need to work.
Oliver once again looking to throw. He's going to step away from one tackler. He's going to try to get out of bounds. He'll not get out of bounds. Hamilton runs him down from behind, down near the 33-yard line. Clock reads 15 seconds. That's a first down, but as I say, only 15 seconds remain. And another play or two. It's been another great weather night, Greg. Hopefully we can get another week of great weather.
Well, that's for sure. It's always cold in Bellsville, though.
Yeah, I've seen some bad weather for that game. Oliver wants to throw again. It'll be incomplete over there. Contact over there by Kramer.
Well, that was a nice play by Kramer over there. He timed that just about perfect. As soon as the ball hit Amos, was that Amos?
I think it might be Lowry.
As soon as the ball hit his hands, Kramer put a nice hit from the backside and knocked the ball loose.
So 3 seconds remaining. One final play. But the Seminoles will be 9-0 and ready for 10-0 next week. But Bellsville, as I said, they were trailing early tonight. We don't know the final score, but that's a big game nonetheless. Oliver running around, and Hamilton will finish him off with the sack, and the ball game is over. But Greg, it wasn't easy. Nice Frontier team finishes 5-4, are now 5-4 going to their final game next week. So that about do it tonight, Greg. Appreciate you coming by again tonight.
Had a good time. Thanks for having me.
And I'll let you and Lance fight it out for who comes with us next week on that. Maybe we can get a 3-man booth or something. I don't know. I don't know if we can, if we have that much room to do that or not, but we'll see what happens. I'll do it here tonight from Frontier High School. The Seminoles move to 9-0 in the year. Final score, Monroe Central 27, Frontier 8. We'll see you next week from Bellsville.